It's time for Plainfield Quakers basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by Wings Etc., Prestwick Pet Sitters, State Farm Agent Jeremiah P. Whip, Raymond's Alignment Service, and J.P. Brent and Caliber Home Loans. Red Pride Basketball is an AudioSportsOnline.com production. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game. The Plainfield Quakers return to the Red Pride Gymnasium tonight, looking for their third win in as many games, and then return to Mid-State Conference action as they welcome the defending champion, Mooresville Pioneers. And you can watch that game here tonight on AudioSportsOnline.com. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Red Pride Basketball. My name is Brian Scott. I'll be joined shortly by Christopher Worley. Plainfield Quakers come into tonight's contest with a record of 4-8. They're looking for their first win. However, in Mid-State Conference actions, they have a record of 0-2. The Quakers are coming off of a big win last Friday night. They defeated the Northview Knights by the score of 52-40 in that contest. Nathan Mills led the Quakers with 19 points. He had 7 boards. Max Kurkowski and Connor Brenz each tipped in with 11 points each, and Connor Brenz also led the Quakers with 8 rebounds. Plainfield only had 14 turnovers in that game, and as Chris and I have talked on previous broadcasts, this has been a key to the Quakers' offense all season long. Limit the amount of turnovers. They seemingly can get some nice offensive sets. The Northview Knights, they made it a little interesting later in that fourth quarter, but the Quakers eventually had no problem coming away with a 12-point victory. Quakers were 5 of 13 from beyond that three-point arc. They also had 11 assists in that game, which for the Quakers, that beats their season average, and they're going to need that tonight as they welcome the Pioneers from Mooresville. Mooresville is ranked 19th. They are actually tied for 19th in their latest Class 4A AP poll, tied with Warsaw. Mooresville came off of a big win last week. They knocked off number 12 Columbus North 60-55. Senior forward Lane Weaver had a double-double in that contest, 26 points, 11 boards. He was also 4 of 7 from behind the three-point arc. And one thing the Pioneers do very well, they don't commit turnovers. They like to spread the ball around, and they're a very fundamentally sound team. When we come back, Chris and I will talk about tonight's contest and give you our starting lineups. This is Red Pride Basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact JP today at 550-2116. That's JP Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip's State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip, State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Welcome back to Plainfield High School. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. It is winter homecoming night. It is also Coaches versus Cancer night here. You will see plenty of pink on your monitors tonight. You'll see plenty of the Plainfield students dressed in pink. You'll see cheerleaders from both sides wearing the pink ribbons. Even the Mooresville cheerleaders, they brought the pink pom-poms. And you'll see pink all around this Red Pride Gymnasium tonight as we try to battle this very bad, very nasty disease we call cancer. It's also winter homecoming, so a lot of celebration going on here at Plainfield High School. And hopefully we're going to have another thing to celebrate, and that would be the third straight win for the Quakers. I bring in my broadcast partner, Christopher Worley. Chris, we've watched in the victories for Plainfield this season, all 4 of them. It's been a pretty consistent theme. Keep your turnovers down, play good, solid defense. The offense will seemingly come, and the last 2 games, that's exactly what the Quakers have been able to do.
Yes, that's right, Brian. You know, teams that play a real quick, hard, tough defense on them, that seems to give them trouble. And we expect some of that from this Mooresville squad tonight. As you said, the Mooresville looks like they're going to turn up the defensive pressure a little bit and take care of the ball themselves. But that's so important. Plainfield needs good guard play tonight from Kyler Nichols and Mark Dawn, the starters. Reese Crawford off the bench. Take care of the ball. Distribute the ball well to your big guys, Max Kurkowski and Nathan Mills down low. let them score a little bit. Connor Brenz moving up his scoring average now. He's over 5 points a game for Plainfield. So Connor had a good game last game against Northview. He needs to continue that tonight for Plainfield to be successful.
As we mentioned, this Pioneer team, they're a very good defensive team. They don't turn the ball over. They're only averaging just a little over 10 turnovers a game. They are also getting 15.5 assists per game, and any student of basketball will know when you have more assists and you have turnovers, a very good assist to turnover ratio. That means that the Pioneers, they take care of the ball well, they spread it around well, and they also are good defensively. They average over 7 steals a game. And as Chris mentioned, one of the problems the Quakers have had all season are against good pressure defenses, and they'll have to beware of that with the Pioneers who come in tonight. Let's tell you a little bit about what we expect or what we are going to have on tap for tonight. As we mentioned, the Quakers come in with a record of 4-8. They're 0-2 in conference play, while the Pioneers, they are 9-2 overall, 1-1 in the Mid-State Conference. And when you look at these two teams, and when you look at Pioneers, only 2 losses in the season. One of them was an early season loss to Terre Haute South, and the Braves, well, they've been in the top 20 in and out all season long. So Terre Haute South, a very good basketball team, and Pioneers lost at Terre Haute. Their other loss, however, was 2 weeks ago, and it came in Mid-State Conference play as they lost to Franklin. They fell to the Grizzly Cubs in that contest back on January 10th by the score 66-62. And there might have been a little bit of looking ahead on the schedule because last week the Pioneers bounced back when they defeated Columbus North and took Columbus North, who was in the top 10 at the time, dropped them down a couple of spots to 12th this week, but they came away with a 60-55 win. So Mooresville looking to bounce back, a very, very good basketball team, and the Quakers will likely have their hands full tonight. Let's go ahead, as while we have a moment, give you our starting lineups. First off, for the Mooresville Pioneers, like I mentioned, they're 9-2, 1-1 in Mid-State Conference play. Head coach is Bob Carter, 134 and 115 in his 12th year at the helm of the Pioneers, and 160 and 134 in his 14th year overall. His starting lineup will have at a guard a 5'11 senior, J.T. Sanborn. The other guard is a 6'1 junior, K.C. Earls. At forward is a 6'2 junior, Landon Harder. The other forward and leading scorer is a 6'2 senior, Lane Weaver. And at center is a 6'6 junior, Luke Kenny. So once again, in the backcourt for the Pioneers, it'll be Sanborn and Earls. And up front, Harder, Weaver, and Kenny. That's the starting 5 for the Mooresville Pioneers. For head coach Andy Weaver's Plainfield Quakers, they are 4-8 on the season, 0-2 in conference action. Coach Weaver is 14-40 in his third year at the helm of the Quakers, and 240 and 216 in his 21st season overall. His starting lineup will have at one guard a 5'10 senior, Kyler Nichols. At the other guard, a 5'11 senior, Mark Dahm II. At forward is a 6'6 junior, Max Kurkowski. At the other forward is a 6'5 sophomore, Nathan Mills. And anchoring the center is a 6'5 sophomore, Connor Brenz. So once again, the backcourt will have Nichols and Dahm. And up front, Kurkowski, Mills, and Brenz. That's the starting lineup for your Red Pride Plainfield Quakers as they make their way out onto the court. The front court has been pretty much a strong point for Coach Andy Weaver all season long when he's been able to put Kurkowski, Mills, and Brenz on the court all at one time. They've had at times some issues when they've had to sub in either of those three players. It's really been the backcourt, however, that's been the struggles for Plainfield all season long, and they're going to have to lock it up a little bit tonight. When we come back, we'll have the tip-off between the Quakers and the Pioneers. This is Red Pride Basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Don Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield. That's public address announcer Marty Moore with a fine rendition of our national anthem right here at the Red Pride Gymnasium at Plainfield High School. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Red Pride Basketball and Audio Sports Online. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. We're about ready to tip things off between the Plainfield Quakers and the Mooresville Pioneers. And as we mentioned, Quakers are really going to have to watch out, especially taking good care of the basketball against this Pioneer defense. Very, very adept at stealing the basketball. And, of course, the Pioneers, they're not going to beat themselves either. They're very well coached. They play very good fundamentals. And this is going to be a very, very tough matchup for the Quakers tonight. As they finally, they're going to close out what's really been almost a very long homestand, if you will, barring the Hendricks County tournament at Avon. Quakers will be on the road for their next couple of games. So it'd really be nice to get a third win under their belt, their third consecutive win. Last week, they got back-to-back wins for the first time this season, and a big win over Mooresville would really send this winter homecoming crowd home and very happy as we get ready for basketball here on Audio Sports Online.
Sure would, Brian, no doubt about it. In the first half, tonight's doubleheader action, Plainfield girls have a good record, a winning record. They're 11-8, but they fall to Mooresville here tonight. A close game at halftime. Quakers actually led, the girls team did, 26-23 at half. But a big second half by Mooresville. They outscored the Quakers 35-14 in the second half for a Mooresville 58-40 win in the girls' game.
And the Lady Pioneers, they continue atop of the Mid-State Conference standings. So two very good girls' teams before our boys' game here tonight. Rather late start, and as it normally happens here on boys-girls doubleheaders, a late start here in the boys' game as we hit about the 8:20 mark. But not a bad night here in Central Indiana for the third week of January. About one more month left before sectionals begin here in Central Indiana. Nathan Mills is going to jump center. He will go against Luke Kenny. The Pioneers are in their navy blue uniforms with the gold numerals and trim. Quakers in their home whites with the red numerals. The ball's in the air, and they're going to do this one over again.
Yeah, Brian, good crowd here on hand on both sides. Of course, Mooresville, somewhat close by, has brought a big crowd for their section. Of course, the good Plainfield Red Pride crowd here in force.
And the second tip belongs to the Red Pride, and they will look over a 1-3-1 zone that the Pioneers, as they trap, and that's the pressure that we expect to see from the Pioneers. They will trap whenever possible, and again, they are averaging over 7 steals a contest. And that ball goes out of bounds, so the Quakers will have the ball. Nichols gives it to Dahm, back over to Nichols, and again, the 1-3-1 trap. As Kyler Nichols moves it around to Nathan Mills. Mills looks for Kurkowski. Kurkowski couldn't hold it. Here's Landon Harder. He goes left side lane. Weaver with the ball fake, and it'll go out of bounds, but it'll say it went off of a Quaker. And the first turnover belongs to the Quakers, and it'll be the Pioneers taking the ball out from the end line. Just underway here for opening quarter here of the boys varsity game, and they'll throw it out to Lane Weaver, their leading scorer. Weaver leads them in just about every offensive category. As they look over this Quaker defense. The three is no good from Casey Earls, and Kurkowski has the rebound for the Quakers.
Good strong rebound there by Max. Sorry, Brian. He's going to need to get a load of those tonight. They need good work on the boards tonight against Mooresville.
You can obviously, Mooresville wants to get the ball trapped on the base, on the sidelines. Here's Nathan Mills with the basketball. Double team comes to Dom, finds Brands. Connor out to Kyler Nichols, over to Max Kurkowski. Double team comes. Kurkowski dribbles out of it. Here's a long-range three. Kurkowski, that rims out, no good. And coming down with a rebound was Luke Kenny for the Pioneers. Here's Lane Weaver in the lane, and his little jumper is good. And the Pioneers strike first on Lane Weaver's jumper, and it's 2-0 Pioneers. 6:31 left to go in the first quarter. 2-2-1 press. Good job by the Quakers to get it in the front court. Brands finds Kurkowski. Kurkowski goes up and has it stripped from behind. I believe it was stripped by Weaver. Bringing it up is J.T. Sanborn. He'll go left side, finds Lane Weaver. Weaver drives baseline and gets it to roll in.
Lane Weaver, 2 out of 2 this game. He is shooting 50% from the field and 2-point field goals, or 53% from 2-point field goals, 50% from three. So he's a very good shooter.
Good job by the Quakers to get out of that trap. Here's Mills. His shot is well short, but the Quakers get the rebound. Brenz finds Mills, gives it back to Brenz. Brenz shot partially blocked, and here come the Pioneers. 2-on-1, but a nice poke from behind by Dahm into the hands of Kyler Nichols, and the Quakers send it the other way on the steal. They find Kurkowski at the free throw line. His shot's off the back iron, no good, and the rebound is by Landon Harder. And a nice find. Here's Luke Kenny. He misses the quick point-blank shot. Dahm strips it, but it'll belong to the Pioneers. It was a heads-up play by J.T. Sanborn to find Luke Kenny point-blank under the basket. Kenny missed a shot, and Dahm knocked it off of Kenny's leg, or off of his own leg, I should say, and they'll say the ball belongs to the Pioneers. Here's Lane Weaver, finds underneath. That is Landon Harder. His shot's no good. Mills with a rebound. Double team comes, and we'll have our first whistle and foul of the contest is going to go against Mooresville.
Boy, they are quick. Mooresville being quick to put defensive pressure on you all over the court. If they sense any kind of an opportunity to trap, they're doing it so far.
Reese Crawford is entering the lineup, as will Bryson Ellis. Mark Dahm and Connor Brenz will depart. The foul was against Landon Harder. His first, team first. 4-0 Pioneers, 5:15 left to go in this opening quarter of play. This is Nathan Mills with the basketball. Comes in, has his shot blocked by Kenny, but it will remain down at the Quakers' end of the court, as it will be Kurkowski to trigger the inbounds from the baseline.
You know, against defense like this, Brian, the guards and everybody on Plainfield, you're going to have to make quick decisions about what to do with the ball. Get a good pass, find the open man, do it quickly. Do not hesitate against this defense.
Nichols with tried to bounce pass to Mills. Mills wasn't ready for it. Reese Crawford tried to drag it down. Instead, it gets slapped out of bounds, but it was slapped off of Crawford. And the turnover gives the ball back to the Pioneers, leading it by 4.
3 turnovers already for Plainfield.
They swing the ball. This is Lane Weaver with the basketball. Drives left side of the lane, and a whistle will stop the play as foul will occur on the court. And this will be the first Quaker foul of the evening.
Lane Weaver, a 6'2 senior player, is averaging 16.7 points per game.
Foul went against Bryson Ellis, who had just checked into the contest. First team foul against the Quakers. 4:44 left to go first quarter. Pioneers up by 4. Weaver, ball fake, dribble drives, pulls up for the jumper and hits. And Lane Weaver has all 6 of the Pioneer points as they lead 6-0. Nichols picks it up, gives it to Kurkowski, looking over this 2-2-1 press, and now a foul called against, I believe, the Pioneers' Casey Earls. Got a hand on Kurkowski. And it will be Earls' first, team foul number 2 against the Pioneers, and it'll be Ellis trigger the inbound right in front of the Quaker bench. Quakers looking for their first points. They've had a couple of shots, haven't been able to get anything to drop. As Nichols goes right side to Ellis. Bryson picks it up, gives it back to Kyler. Kyler now picks up his dribble and is going to be double team, and we're going to have a quick timeout by Coach Andy Weaver as that pressure starting to give the Quakers a little bit of fits. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
You have to make quick decisions. I'm sorry to say it again, but you do. That time Nichols hesitated in where he wanted to go with the ball, and 2 Mooresville defenders were all over him, Brian.
So Coach Andy Weaver calls a timeout, and he's again As we mentioned, the Pioneers very good at handling the ball, but they also very good defensively. They average over 7 steals a contest. They don't turn the ball over very often, so you have to make good use of your opportunities. And right now, Coach Weaver just trying to get his team to settle down a little bit. Kyler, the double team came and he picked up his dribble and really didn't have any place to throw the ball to, and he's got to have a teammate coming back for the basketball. Bryson Ellis will trigger the inbound. He'll throw it into the backcourt to Kyler Nichols as the Pioneers stay in this 1-3-1 trap. Here's Nichols. Good feed from Kurkowski. Back over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski skip pass. Reese Crawford's three is on the way. That's no good, but grabbing the rebound is Kurkowski. Bounce pass to Crawford, and we're going to have a foul, and the Quakers are going to go to the line. A nice feed from is going to end up with 2 free throws for Reese Crawford as the foul is going to go against Luke Kenny of the Pioneers. It's their third. Kenny's first, team foul number 3, and Reese Crawford's at the line for a pair, and he hits the first to give the Quakers their first points of this game.
Yeah, Reese, an 88% free throw shooter, the best on the team coming into this game.
Connor Brenz is going to return to the lineup. He's going to come in for Bryson Ellis.
Yeah, that was a great rebound by Max there. Strong, went up high, averages almost 7 rebounds a game. Max Kurkowski to lead the Plainfield Quakers in rebounds.
Reese Crawford hits both free throws, and the Quakers trail by 4. It's 6-2 with 3:55 left to go first quarter. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Pioneers and Quakers. 3 ball on the way. That's no good by Landon Harder. And as Crawford goes for the loose ball, as does Casey Earls, we're going to have a foul called against Earls, and that'll be his second, team foul number 4. So Earls is now going to have to check out, and entering the lineup for the Pioneers is Cameron Harris.
And as this game goes on, especially here in this first half, it's going to be key for Plainfield to make adjustments against the Mooresville press here. They've got everybody in the front court this time to try and get this ball in and get it up the court.
Mooresville staying with that 2-2-1 press. Earls leaves. He is their
good work.
Third leading scorer on that team. So that's a big loss. Brenz finds Kurkowski driving the left side of the lane, and another Pioneer foul, their 5th. And we are just past the halfway point here in the first quarter.
Now, that was nice work against the press there by the boys. Got the ball to Nathan up the sideline. He went right up the sideline further to get the ball in the front court, and then they drew the foul under the bucket. Landon
Harder is hit with his second personal foul. He'll depart. And into the contest is Chandler Gunnell. As a nice lob, Kurkowski to Mills. Mills came down, went back up, gets the first bucket from the field for the Quakers, and it's a 2-point game, and then a very, very rare turnover committed by the Pioneers, and the Quakers will have the basketball with a chance to tie the game.
Good to get Nathan on the board here in this first quarter. Took him a little bit longer to score than usual, but that was a good inbounds play run by the Quakers.
It has been something that Plainfield has done a very good job of this year, with Kurkowski inbounding from the baseline, either getting Mills cutting to the basket or stepping back beyond the three-point line and getting a quick 3, and another foul, the 16th foul to be called against the Pioneers. Still 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this first quarter. JT Sanborn will pick up his first. So for Coach Robert Carter, he's going to have to be a little concerned that the fouls are mounting up quickly. The Quakers will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the first half, and they're still looking to maybe tie this game. They trail by 2. Kurkowski to Mills. Mills, double team comes. He'll pull up for the jumper. It's off. Brenz underneath, tried to get the rebound, but it's taken away. And here come the Pioneers. Nice bounce pass, and coming away with the basket is Cameron Harris, and the Pioneer lead is back to 4 at 8-4. It's a nice nice rebound underneath. Bailey Suter got the ball, sent the outlet pass. Here is a shot by Crawford. It's no good. Rebound, long outlet, out ahead of the pack, and laying it up and getting the bucket is Chandler Gunnell.
Well, Mooresville right there showed a little speed, rebound, and get the ball up the court quickly on a fast break for a 2-point field goal conversion.
Here's Connor Brenz, nice baseline. Weaver, though, is going to tie him up. And on the alternating possession, the ball will go back to the Pioneers. Plainfield is going to have to watch Mooresville in transition. You can see Mooresville wants to run in transition. Already 2 nice outlets leading to 2 easy baskets for the Pioneers.
Bryson Ellis going to check in along with Keegan Motter right now for Plainfield.
Mark Daum also back in. So it is Daum, Motter, Mills, Ellis, and Brenz starting are your 5 for the Quakers. Here's a 3-ball on its way. Off the back iron, no good by Chandler Gunnell. Brenz clears the rebound, sends it right side to Keegan. Keegan, left side to Mark Daum. As now we see Mooresville go to a man-to-man for the first time tonight. Motter wanted to look into Brenz, sends it out to Mills between the circles. Left side over to Bryson, now down to Brenz. And as Brenz gets the entry pass, he's going to be fouled over the back by Bailey Suter. And the Quakers now in the bonus will be heading to the free throw line for the 1-on-1.
Connor Brenz had a good setup there inside. Had his feet spread wide, arms up, ready to receive the pass with the defender on his back and drew the foul right there. Connor is a 67% foul shooter coming into tonight's action.
First free throw is good. And of course, Connor in that Northview game, he had 5 big free throws there in that fourth quarter that really kept the Quakers out in front when Northview was making a bit of a rally. Brent's second free throw is good. The Quakers are 4 of 4 from the line, where they have 4 of their 6 points. They trail by 4 with 1:38 left to go in this first quarter.
I don't think Mooresville shot a free throw yet.
Mooresville has not. All their points coming from the field. Here is Lane Weaver, kicks it right side, ball fake, drive baseline, and Nathan Mills with the block off of Cameron Harris, who drove baseline, and Mills, who's averaging over a couple of blocks a game, gets his first of the night.
He's got over 30. He's got 33 blocks coming into this game, so quite a few. Nathan doing a good job. Big man inside.
Here's Lane Weaver with a nice ball fake. His pull-up jumper from about the free throw line's no good, but Nathan Mills can't grab the orange. It'll go off of his hands, and the ball belonged to Mooresville. Weaver will take a seat for the first time tonight as Trevor Baxter enters the lineup for Coach Carter's Pioneers. 10-6 Mooresville, 1:19. And nice entry on the inbounds play as Harris finds Bailey Suter driving through the lane. Suter gets the bucket, and it's a 12-6 Pioneer advantage. Here's a steal. Outlet. Here comes the Pioneers. And not able to get the bucket on the layup is Chandler Gunnell, but he's going to earn a trip to the line as he was fouled.
You know, Chandler's been able to break out a couple times with that speed. So number 22, Chandler Gunnell, a senior, 5'10" guard for Mooresville. You know, Brian, I know you talked about it a little bit before the game. Mooresville has a bunch of players that can score. They don't just depend on 2 or 3. They have balanced scoring pretty much across their lineup. Of course, Lane Weaver being their top scorer, Casey Earl second. But a lot of guys getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points a game.
Well, we just heard that it's a double foul that's been called against the Pioneers, J.T. Sanborn, and the Quakers, Bryson Ellis. It'll add a team foul to the Quakers, who now have 2. It's the 8th team foul against Mooresville, but more so, Mooresville now with 3 players with 2 fouls each. 12-6, Pioneers lead. We're under a minute left to play in the opening quarter. With a basketball, Chandler Gunnell, as they swing it around. 3 from the top of the key is good by Bailey Suter. Bailey Suter has 5 points. It's the first 3 of the night for the Pioneers, and they extend their advantage to 9 at 15-6 with 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Quakers have only 1 field goal tonight from Nathan Mills. Their other 4 points have come from the charity stripe. 27 seconds remain in the quarter as Keegan Motter dribbles the basketball, and now we're going to have a 5-second closely guarded call as Motter just sat there and dribbled the ball, and keeping within an arm's reach was Cameron Harris, and the turnover will give the ball back to the Pioneers, up by 9 with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter.
5 turnovers now for Plainfield, I count, in this first quarter.
Gunnell with the basketball, gives it up. Now they'll swing it around. Suter, left side. Quakers stay in a man-to-man. Is dribbling the basketball is Cameron Harris. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3. They'll skip it over. And they'll make one more pass. This will count, but it doesn't drop. as the Pioneers managed to get a shot off, as up with the shot for Mooresville was Kendrick Underhill. And after the end of one quarter, the Quakers trail the Pioneers 15-6. Back in a moment. This is Red Pride Basketball on Audio Sports Online. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact J.P. today at 550-2116. That's J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. Plainfield got to within a bucket, but then Mooresville gets a couple of easy buckets in transition, and then after the end of the first period, Mooresville leads Plainfield 15-6. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Lane Weaver, 6 points for the Pioneers in that first quarter. Bailey Suter came off the bench, gave them 5 points, including a 3. For the Quakers, they just couldn't buy a bucket. Their only bucket from the field came off of the hands of Nathan Mills. 4-4 from the free throw line is the only other points the Quakers have scored, and they'll start the second quarter down by 9.
Lane Weaver back on the floor to start the second quarter for Mooresville.
It is Kyler Nichols, Mark Dahm, Nathan Mills, Connor Brenz, and Max Kurkowski, the starting 5. Here's a block and a nice outlet, and finishing off the fast break is Landon Harder's first point. And the Pioneers' lead is now in double digits at 11 at 17-6.
Their point guard, J.P. Sanborn, averages over 5 assists a game. He got one there with a nice bounce pass.
Kurkowski finds Mills. Mills gets the bucket and one.
Got Nathan ahead of the pack there, and a good pass. Got him a layup. And the foul.
Luke Kenny will pick up his second. So for Coach Carter now, a bit of a dilemma. He's got 4 players with 2 fouls each, and we just began the second quarter. Mills converts the three-point play. It is the 9th team foul called against the Pioneers, and the Quakers will be shooting the double bonus the rest of the way. With the basketball, they get it down to Kenny. Kenny, turnaround hook shot. Nice looking shot by Luke Kenny. He gets the bucket. And it's a 10-point Pioneer advantage, 19-9, as we are approaching 1 minute into this second quarter. Connor Brenz sends it out to Nichols. Nichols left side to Kurkowski. Over to Dahm. Dahm picks up his dribble.
Good pass.
Finds Connor Brenz all alone, and Brenz finishes.
Dahm with a great pass. He saw Connor underneath, standing there wide open. Got him the ball. Connor lays it up and in. Timeout, Mooresville.
Coach Carter of Mooresville didn't like the defense there when he saw a Quaker all alone on the weak side of the basket. A nice find from Mark Dahm, and Coach Carter will call a 30-second timeout. And the Quakers trail 19-11 with 6:49 left to go in this first half.
Somebody missed an assignment there, but you got to give Connor Brenz some credit. He saw a open spot, went to it, caught the ball in good position to score, and did. So Connor now, after that big game against Northview, off to a good start here tonight too.
Quakers with 5 points in this quarter, and they've hit now 2 field goals in this second quarter, and we're not a minute and a half in. They only had 1 field goal in that first quarter, that off the hands of Nathan Mills. Mills had a field goal here in the second quarter and converted a 3-point play. For the Quakers, they are going to be shooting the double bonus for the remaining 6 minutes and 45 seconds of this second quarter, as the next Pioneer foul will be their 10th. Quakers only 2 team fouls. Here's a lob up as they get underneath to Kenny. Kenny misses the shot. Here's Casey Earls underneath. He won't get the bucket. He will draw the foul, as it was a nice play design for J.T. Sanborn up to Kenny. Kenny missed the bucket, but the foul's going to go against Connor Brenz, his first, team foul number 3. And it'll be Earls at the line to shoot a pair, the first trip to the night for the Pioneers.
Earls leads them in free throw shooting at 80%. He's also made the most free throws for Mooresville on the season.
Earls hits the first, and we'll see if he can sink both free throws. He does. Pioneers, a very, very good free throw shooting team.
Yeah.
As they will now show a 1-2-2 as Mills will get it into the front court. Brenz finds Kurkowski, back to Connor. Connor back to Max. Finds Nathan Mills at the elbow. Mills leans in with a shot, and Nathan hits.
Wow, when Nathan first caught that ball, I don't think he realized how open he was. Took a second, but still got it up over the defender on a second pump there. Got it in. Good conversion in the lane for Nathan.
Mills with 7 of the 13 Quaker points. Pull-up jumper is no good by J.T. Sanborn. Mills with a rebound. He'll give it over to Kyler Nichols. 21-13. Pioneers with the lead, but the Quakers with the basketball. Kyler picks up the basketball. Now he'll find Connor Brenz. Brenz turns, leans in, and he'll get the bucket. Nice shot by Connor Brenz. He now has 6.
Brenz showing off some post moves we didn't know he had.
Quakers get within 6 with 5:30 left to go in the half. Here's Lane Weaver. Little ball fake, drives, dribble drive. Won't get the bucket. That one rolled around the rim but came back out. And the 4th team foul for the Quakers will go against Connor Brenz, and that's his 2nd.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brian. Lane Weaver, you can tell he's a very good fundamental player. Uses shot fakes, dribbles to open spots, keeps his head up. He's looking around the floor to feed the ball to somebody if he's not open. Good fundamental player. Misses the free throw.
First miss for the Pioneers. They were 2 of 2 on Casey Earle's 2 free throws. For the Quakers, they are 4 of 4 from the line. As Brenz will take a seat. And he misses both of them, and Kurkowski gets the rebound, and an oddity for Lane Weaver.
Actually, that's the only stat he's not excelled in. He's a 68% free throw shooter coming into the game. He gets a steal there.
But he gets a great steal there as Nichols couldn't get the ball to Mills. Weaver pulls up for 3. Misses everything, but right place, right time for Landon Harder. He takes what I'm sure Lane Weaver will say is a pass and converts for the 2, and it's a 23-15 Pioneer lead with 4:55 left to go in the first half. Mills with the basketball, drives in the lane, lays it up. Not sure if he knew what he wanted to do with that ball. Luke Kenny pulled it down, gives it to Earl. Earl just goes right through.
Can't allow that.
The Quaker defense and gets the easy bucket.
No, somebody had to stop the ball there on Plainfield defense. Can't allow that easy penetration layup by Mooresville.
Nichols picks up his dribble, then is left alone. His jumper from the free throw line's no good. Comes, follows the shot, ties up Luke Kenny, and they're going to call Luke Kenny with a foul. I thought they were going to call for the held ball. Coach Carter doesn't, and for Kenny, that'll be foul number 3.
Fans booing here because Kenny may have got the worst from that. I think he got an elbow in the mouth, and he's going to go to the sideline to get checked. A lot of the Plainfield students underneath the basket and crowd thought that foul definitely on Mooresville.
Bailey Suter will return to the lineup. It is going to be a double bonus as Kyler Nichols, he got popped in the mouth, and he's got to shoot. He will be shooting the free throws. They're checking him out, but he's going to head to the free throw line. Coach Carter for the Pioneers still letting the officials know what he thought of that call. And right now, Luke Kenny is going to sit the bench, the starting center, with 3 personal fouls. Casey Earls, Landon Harder, and J.T. Sanborn with 2 fouls each. Only Lane Weaver is the only starter that has managed to stay away from the any fouls.
Kyler Nichols missed the first one. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Needs to get this one. Plainfield needs a good little run here to get back in this game. They just trail by 10, but good little run here, good little stretch before halftime, get them right back in the game.
He splits the free throws, and Quakers trail by 9 with 4:27 left. Substitutions now as Dawson Messer is in. He will join Bryson Ellis, Max Kurkowski, Mark Dahm, and Nathan Mills. We'll try to set the Pioneers lineup up in just a second. Lane Weaver has the basketball. He will give it up to Porter. Porter, nice bounce pass. Earls drives baseline, and a blocking foul is going to be called. I believe it's going to go against the Quakers' Dawson Messer, who just checked into the lineup.
Yeah, he was trying to play good defense, force him out along the baseline, but referee ruled a block underneath the basket with the body.
Actually, they're going to call that against Bryson Ellis, and that is his 3rd. So Ellis is hit with a personal foul, and he will have to take a seat. I thought it was going to go against Dawson. And meanwhile, here's Lane Weaver doing what he does best. He drives right down the left side of the lane and gets the easy layup. He now has 8 points and leads back to 11 halfway through this second quarter.
Mooresville running effective inbounds plays all this game so far from underneath the bucket.
Mills from Kurkowski, and that's about as easy as you're going to find, is a nice lob pass from Max Kurkowski over the defense. Mills now with 9 points, 27-18, the Pioneers. And we're going to have another whistle and another foul. As we've heard a lot of whistles here in this first half. Most of them have gone to Pioneers, but Quakers trying to catch up. The 16th foul called against Plainfield. Dawson Messer picks up his first.
Coach Weaver barking out instructions over there on the Plainfield sideline.
Here's Lane Weaver, gets around the defender, and his shot's no good. Messer with a rebound. Dawson will bring it up as the Pioneers get back into the half court. Left side is Gavin Ritter now in. His pull-up jumper's no good, but comes right back to him. But he loses the basketball. And on an outlet, as beating everybody back was Chandler Gunnell. As soon as he saw that ball on the court, he released and went down. It's an easy bucket, and we're going to have a timeout called by head coach Andy Weaver. He's going to use his other 30-second timeout, which means that he will have 3 timeouts remaining, all of them full timeouts. With 3:15 left to go in this second quarter, Plainfield trails 29-18.
Coach Weaver looks good tonight. He's got on, of course, the battle against cancer. He's got on a pink tie with a long black shirt, long black pants, of course, underneath that. But he is not being nice to the Plainfield Quakers in this lineup. Quite upset at the turnovers and lack of execution on the offensive end by Plainfield right here in these last few minutes.
And I'm sure he's telling his team, make sure that you are aware that any ball that's loose, the Pioneers are leaking somebody out in transition, and they have gotten 3 easy baskets tonight in transition as they are out and running.
Yeah, and that Chandler Gunnell with his speed, he's got 2 of them.
On the court for the Quakers is Kurkowski, Dahm, Messer, Ritter, and Mills. As Max loses the basketball, it had it tipped away. Coach Carter kind of losing his mind over there, but anyway, the Pioneers get the steal. And now we're going to have a traveling violation as JT Sanborn was trying to make a little jump stop, but didn't quite come down with both feet, came down one after the other, and he's going to be called for traveling.
Yeah, that last turnover totals 8 in the first half I have for Plainfield against just 3 for Mooresville, and the third one coming there for Mooresville. So Plainfield, as we talked about in the pregame, they have got to take better care of this ball. Be careful. That Mooresville defense is after you all the time.
Reese Crawford comes in for Gavin Ritter as the Quakers trail 29-18 with 2:51 left to go in the first half as Mills brings it into the front court. He'll leave it off for Dahm. Mark left side, Kurkowski with the basketball. He's guarded by Weaver. Pull-up jumper by Max. That comes in and out. There is Nathan Mills with a putback.
Good job, Nathan, to follow up. Max worked himself. It was a difficult shot, but he got a good shot off. Nathan there for the follow.
Mills with 11 points, and he has 9 of them here in the second quarter. They feed Weaver in the low post. It's blocked from behind by Mills. Here comes Dawson with a rebound, and he'll bring it into the front court. Left side, Reese Crawford with the basketball. Quakers have got it back into single digits, trailing 29-20. 2:13 left to go in this first half.
Nathan a force on both ends of the court on that possession. Here he goes again.
Mills drives left side of the lane. He's going to be fouled as split a pair of Pioneers heading to the hoop. And he's going to earn a trip to the line as foul will go against Bailey Suter, his second. So now there are 4 Pioneers with 2 fouls each. Starting center Luke Kinney has 3, and it is Nathan Mills at the line for 2. He hits the first.
Good boy, Nathan.
And he's got 1 more coming.
So you would think this foul trouble should really help Plainfield as we move further into this game.
Nathan rolls that one in. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. He has 13 points, and it's a 7-point Pioneer lead as we go under 2 minutes left to go first half. Here's a 3 coming from the wing. That's up and good on a nice-looking shot by Bailey Suter, who hits his second 3 of the night.
Yeah, he's got a couple. He's got good form on that shot. That was a high lofting shot. Didn't even touch the rim. Right through the hoop.
Suter with 8. Crawford with the basketball. Almost stolen. Gets it back. Sends it cross court. Messer will give it back to Reese, back to Dawson. 1:33 left to go first half, 32-22. Pioneers with the lead on that Suter three. Sends it back to a double-digit advantage. Quakers being rather patient with the basketball. Dawson Messer on a bad pass by Mills, and the Quakers are going to pay for it as getting the easy layup was Chandler Gunnell. Chandler Gunnell has 6 points as Nathan put that ball at the feet of Dawson, and turnover gives the ball back, gave an easy basket in transition for the Pioneers. Now Nathan misses an easy layup. Kurkowski with a putback. He won't get the bucket, but he's going to end up with a trip to the free throw line on another foul by the Pioneers.
Plainfield winning the rebound battle here tonight in the first half, just slightly at 11-8 by my count. Max Kurkowski at the free throw line right now. Max coming in at 74%.
And Max misses the first. Kurkowski is still looking for his first points of the game as Bailey Suter leaves and Trevor Baxter returns.
Max averages right now is at 10.9 points per game, so he is going to need to pick up the scoring pace.
Kurkowski's second free throw, that's no good. He misses them both, and the rebound comes down to the hands of Sanborn. He finds left side. Gunnell backs it out. 48 seconds remain in the first half. Pioneers lead by 12 at 34-22.
And they're going to be patient here. Mooresville is. Maybe wait for the last shot.
They send it over. This is Baxter with the basketball. Left side into the hands of Cameron Harris to Lane Weaver. 30 seconds remain in the half. And the Pioneers will once again back it up and give it up to Chandler Gunnell.
Good movement by Mooresville here. They keep moving well without the ball.
Under 17 seconds remain in this first half. Pioneers just simply milking this clock down as they lead by 12. And now we're under 10 seconds remaining. We go to 6, we go to 5, they kick it out, 3-ball on its way. That's no good by Trevor Baxter. Dawson Messer will let out a three-quarter court shot. That's no good. And that is the end of the first half of play. The Quakers couldn't really decipher that press by Mooresville in the first half, and then transition basketball in the first quarter. In the second quarter, transition baskets by Mooresville have given them a 12-point lead, 34-22. When we come back, we'll take a look at what happened here in the first half, and we'll take a look around the Mid-State Conference. This is Red Pride Basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact J.P. today at 550-2116. That's J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield.
Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield.
Back at the Red Pride Gymnasium, it's halftime as the Plainfield Quakers trail the 19th-ranked Mooresville Pioneers by the score of 34-22. Alongside my broadcast partner, Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Let's take a look at the Mid-State Conference since we are back in Mid-State Conference action tonight. Let's tell you what happened last week. Last Tuesday, it was Franklin falling to Indian Creek 71-66. Greenwood defeated Edinburgh 45-40, while Decatur Central, they fell to Southport, and who hasn't lately except for Pike, 72-58. Last Friday night, Martinsville fell to Bloomington North 53-38. It was Mooresville over Columbus North. That was a big win for the Pioneers. They defeated Columbus North 60-55. Plainfield, of course, beat Northview 52-40. It was Whiteland over Indian Creek 67-61. And Center Grove over Greenwood 57-29. And then last Saturday, Avon defeated Decatur Central 71-65. It was Martinsville over Terre Haute North in a close one, 63-62. Franklin defeated Edinburgh 69-61. Indian Creek knocked off the Woodmen of Greenwood 74-68. And Whiteland fell to Center Grove 55-45. Tonight, big matchup has 4A number 8 at Bloomington South at Martinsville tonight. Decatur Central is at Greenwood in a Mid-State Conference matchup. Franklin is at Whiteland, and of course, the Quakers are hosting Mooresville. Tomorrow night, Decatur Central is at number 10, Ben Davis. Franklin is at New Palestine, and Martinsville is at Edgewood. And as we look forward to next Friday night, we'll see the Quakers on the road for the first time in a while. They will be at Decatur Central. Martinsville is at Franklin. Shelbyville is at Greenwood. And Mooresville will host Whiteland. And that's your schedule for about the next week as we look at the standings. Martinsville leads the Mid-State Conference with a 3-0 record and a 9-3 record overall. Whiteland is second with a 2-0 record, 6-7 overall. Franklin at 2-1 and 5-8 overall. The defending champion Mooresville Pioneers are 9-2 overall, but only 1-1 in conference action. Decatur Central is 1-2 overall, 1-2 in the conference, 3-8 overall, followed by Plainfield at 0-2, 4-8 overall, and Greenwood 0-3, 3-10 overall. Quakers are coming in on a 2-game winning streak. Meanwhile, Decatur Central has the losing streak in the conference. They have lost their last 3 matchups. So as we take a look again, about a month left in this 2014-2015 schedule. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, and the Quakers will still have some more conference games coming up.
Yeah, they do. Just looking at that conference, the team we're seeing here tonight, Mooresville, has the best offense at almost 66 points a game. Martinsville, the best defense. So if you had to pick the favorites in this Mid-State Conference so far, of course, it's Mooresville and Martinsville. But, big stretch coming up here from Plainfield. That's why it'd be really nice to win this home game tonight. Next week at Decatur Central, and then at Terre Haute South, a very tough challenge. And then we will be back here for our next broadcast at home against Greenwood for a team that is on February 6th. So a lot of stuff to do here. Plainfield got to get going, cut down on those turnovers. Now you go back in this halftime, and you're going to work on how we're going to deal with this press, how we're going to take care of this ball. And we've got to get Krakowski, of course, their second leading scorer, going a little bit. But these guards, and Coach Weaver's trying to find the right combination, rotating boys through. They really need to take care of the ball, get the ball up against this press, and get it to your big guys inside. Connor Brennan's another good showing in the first half.
And one of the things we're watching out of Mooresville, especially in this first half, baskets in transition. They're doing an excellent job of leaking out, getting out in transition. It's leading to 4 easy baskets right off the top of my head. They like to run, they like to get out, and they will beat you down to the end of the court every chance they get. As teams are making their way back out onto the court, let's give you our halftime statistics. First off, for the visiting Mooresville Pioneers, they're led with 8 points by Lane Weaver and Bailey Suter. Suter with 8 off the bench, including 2 3-point baskets for the Pioneers. 6 points for Chandler Gunnell. it is 4 points each for Casey Earls and Landon Harder, and 2 points each for Cameron Harris and Luke Kinney. But the biggest concern for Coach Bob Carter and the Pioneers, it's got to be the foul situation. Luke Kinney, their starting center, he ended up having to sit a good part of that second quarter with 3 personal fouls, and they have 3 other starters with 2 fouls each to begin the second half. Casey Earls, Landon Harder, and J.T. Sanborn, all with 2 fouls each. Lane Weaver with 1 foul. Bailey Suter also has a pair of fouls for the Pioneers. For the Plainfield Quakers, leading all scorers with 13 points is Nathan Mills. Nathan scored 11 of his 13 in that second quarter. He's also 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. 6 points for Connor Brenz. 2 points for Reese Crawford, 1 point from Kyler Nichols. That's it. And as Chris said, they really need to see if they can get Max Kurkowski, their second leading scorer, get him going, maybe give him some looks down in the low post. But it's been a very, very tough thing for the Quakers to accomplish against this trapping Pioneers defense. Foul problems, really only a couple. Bryson Ellis, he hasn't been in for very long for the Quakers, but he's already got 3 personal fouls off the bench. Starting center Connor Brenz, he has a pair of fouls. That's pretty much the only issues the Quakers have from a foul looking at personal fouls. From the free throw line, the Quakers in that first half 8 of 13. Meanwhile, the Pioneers only had 4 free throw attempts, and they hit on 2 of those. Pioneers have been the only team that have been able to hit 3-point baskets. They have a pair of them from Bailey Suter. So as we get ready for second half action, the Quakers trail 34-22. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. This is Quaker Basketball on Audio Sports Online.
Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact JP today at 550-2116. That's JP Brenz and Caliper Home Loans.
Second half action about ready to get underway as the Quakers trail the Mooresville Pioneers 34-22 alongside Christopher Worley. I'm Brian Scott. Looks like same starters are out there to begin the second half for Coach Carter's Pioneers. That would be Casey Earls, J.T. Sanborn, Landon Harder, Lane Weaver, and Luke Kinney. And for Coach Andy Weaver's Plainfield Quakers, same starting 5 as well. Kyler Nichols, Mark Daum, Connor Brenz, Nathan Mills, and Max Kurkowski. The Pioneers will have the ball to begin the second half. They are up by 12 as we begin quarter number 3. Glad you could join us for Red Pride Basketball on ASO tonight.
First 5 minutes of this half going to be really important for the Quakers. Get back in this ball game, play good, do not turn over and score.
Weaver with a nice pass as he finds out in the corner Landon Harder as he gave a little shot fake and then sent it over to the corner, and Harder hits the 3. He has 7 points, and the lead is now expanded to 15 for the Pioneers on the first shot of the second half.
As a team, Mooresville coming in this game has made 73 pointers. Plainfield 44, 38, so that's quite a difference, and they're showing that off tonight, the advantage they have from the three-point line. Connor Brenz under the bucket.
Kurkowski with a nice find to Brenz as they got the ball. Daum was able to get it out of the trap. Here's Lane Weaver. His long-range 3 is off the side of the rim. Brenz with the rebound gives it to Daum. Daum brings it into the front court for Plainfield. And they'll look over a man-to-man defense. The Pioneers started the game in a 1-3-1 trap. They will still trap whenever possible, but they are now going to more of a man-to-man defense. Nichols feeds it to Brenz in the low post. Brenz spins in the lane, and they'll wave it off, as they're going to say Brenz dragged the pivot foot when he made that spin move toward the basket, and he'll be called for traveling. Another turnover by Plainfield.
As this season's gone on, we've seen Connor Brenz get more and more confident in his play down low and on the post there. Made another nice move, but got caught for the travel.
37-24, Pioneers with the basketball and the lead. They'll give it to Luke Kinney, who begins the second half with 3 personal fouls. They'll send it to Weaver at the wing. Lane Weaver in the lane, sends it left side. Here's another 3 ball by Harder, but this time it's off, and Brenz has the rebound for Plainfield, gives it to Daum. He's harassed by Harder. Harder with 2 fouls Here's Kurkowski for three, but that one's off the side. Here comes the rebound into the hands of Sanborn, and he will send it to Harder, and Harder will get the bucket, and Harder now has 9 points, and the lead's 39-24 for Mooresville.
Boy, Mooresville just excellent in transition after a mixed basket. They are taught to get that ball at the court in a hurry.
Brenz, another nice step through, missed the basket, followed the shot, gets the rebound. His shot no good. Mills' putback is no good. Kurkowski gets the rebound, and a foul over the back is going to be called against Mooresville.
Plainfield does, of course, have a height advantage with these big three over the Mooresville front line. They're using it there on the offensive glass to get some rebounds and putbacks. Couldn't get a field goal out of it, but Max will go to the free throw line.
Lane Weaver picks up foul number 2, and Kurkowski still looking for his first points, and now he'll get it at the free throw line. He was 0 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half, but he hits the first one here, and he has his first point of the contest. And he nails both of them, and with 6 minutes left, it's a 39-26 Mooresville lead. They quickly get it into the front court. Here's Casey Earls, drives to the hoop, gets the bucket, and he's going to go to the line as the foul looks like it's going to go against Nathan Mills of the Quakers.
Casey, their second leading scorer, came in averaging just over 13 points a game, made a nice drive there, and he'll get to the free throw line where he is over an 80% foul shooter this year.
Nathan Mills is his first foul of the night. First team foul of the Quakers here in the second half, and Earls at the free throw line converts the three-point play. He now has 7 points and is 3 of 3 from the line. It's a 42-26 Mooresville lead. Here's another steal almost. Daum's able to track it back down. Weaver with good anticipation. Daum leaves it for Mills. Mills leans in, puts it off the glass. Shot no good. Tipped by Brenz is no good. Kenny with a rebound for the Pioneers. Ball almost stripped, but there to pick it up is J.T. Sanborn for the Pioneers, and they'll set up the offense. Quakers have been pretty much in a man-to-man all game long, as Sanborn will now dribble the ball right side. He's looking to feed Weaver in the post against Kyler Nichols. Now he'll move, send it left side. Earl's three is on the way, and it's good.
Well, we talked about how important these first few minutes are, and Mooresville, to start the second half, has outscored Plainfield 11-4.
It's a 45-26 Mooresville lead. Now here's Daum. He'll drive, little stutter step, puts it up, puts it in. Mark Daum has his first points of the night.
Good conversion there by Daum. Could have passed it. He says, I'll take it to the hoop and score.
Here's Weaver. He gets a screen from Luke Kenny, and you can just see that Lane Weaver, a very special basketball player, called for the screen, got around it, and made an easy drive to the hoop and gets the bucket.
It was a drive and not necessarily an easy shot to convert that. He was contested, but used his right hand well to get that ball up and in the basket for Mooresville. Certainly is a special player for Mooresville.
We'll have substitutions as Reese Crawford's now in for Mark Daum, and he'll take the Kyler Nichols pass in the backcourt and bring it back into the front court. Quakers trail by 19 at 47-28 with 4:26 left to go third quarter. Mills wanting to work one-on-one on Lane Weaver. Now he finds Kurkowski. Kurkowski gets the nice roll, and Max has his first bucket from the field.
That was a simple case of good movement without the ball. While Mills was dribbling around in the lane, Max cut underneath the basket, received the pass, and converted.
Approaching the midway point of quarter number 3, Quakers trail 47-30. Earls has it poked away by Kyler Nichols, and it's going to go into the backcourt, and Earls will have to bring it back up front.
Need some stops and turnovers here by the Red Pride defense.
Plainfield a little bit quicker hands right now than they were showing in the first half. Here is Weaver on a catch and shoot. His shot no good. Coming down with his Kenny. It's blocked by Mills. Put back up, though, is up and in off of the miss by Landon Harder. Kenny got the putback. He has 4. And it's a 19-point Pioneer advantage.
Where they really had the trap on there and appeared to have the steal. Got lucky that Plainfield got lucky that the ball deflected off the referee and out of bounds, or else Mooresville may have come up with that steal and the layup on that end, the Mooresville end. Max will inbounds here for Plainfield.
Man-to-man full court pressure as Kurkowski sends it to Kyler Nichols. Nichols will work off of G.T. Sanborn and now gets it into the front court. 3:20 left to go third quarter, 49-30 Mooresville. Here's Nathan Mills from Brenz. Tries to go up. We're going to have a foul called, I believe, against Lane Weaver of the Pioneers. If it is against Weaver, that's his third. And it is. So Weaver with his third personal, as we've got a whole host of substitutions ready to come in. Mills is at the line where he is a perfect 3 of 3 tonight with 13 points. Looking for his first points of the second half. He hits the first of 2.
With all their foul trouble, you got to get back in this game. Might be a good time to keep pushing the ball into the post, draw some of those fouls against the Mooresville defender, maybe send a few more of those guys to the bench. And also, of course, when you draw the foul and you're shooting free throws, you're scoring while the clock is stopped.
Coach Bob Carter with a lot of confidence for his star player who is going to now finally sit. As we'll reset here, the Pioneers lineup is now in as Chandler Gunnell, who had a good first half. He is joined by, I believe, Cameron Harris, Luke Kenny, Bailey Suter, and Casey Earls. With the basketball, Bailey Suter sends it right side, but a kick ball off of Kukowski. For the Quakers, it is Dawson Messer, Bryson Ellis, Max Kukowski, Nathan Mills, and they get the ball in. The ball shot is blocked. Mills with another shot. Block. Here's Crawford bringing it into the front court. He'll take it himself. A little underhand scoop. And Reese Crawford has 4 points.
I like that breakout by Reese. He's still adjusting to his role as coming off the bench versus a starter, but he took the ball the length of the court on that turnover, converted well for Plainfield.
Crawford works against Casey Earls. Earls has a shot blocked by Mills, but a whistle and a foul occurred before the shot. And it'll go against Reese. That's his first. Team foul number 2. And it'll be the Pioneers taking it out from the baseline. They look to get it in. They feed it. Get it back down low. Turnaround jump. Another block by Mills, but this time another foul called against the Quakers as going up for the shot was Bailey Suter.
I think Nathan has 4 or 5 block shots here tonight.
Crawford is hit with his second personal, 13 foul against the Quakers, and that's going to send Bailey Suter to the line for the first time tonight. He has 8 points, including 2 3-pointers. He hits the first free throw. Pioneers were 2 of 4 from the charity stripe in the first half. They are now 2 for 2 so far here in the second. And Suter makes it 3 for 3 as he now is in double figures with 10 points. And it's a 51-34 Pioneer lead. Bryson Ellis with the basketball. He gets it into the front court, left side, drives, kicks it out to Crawford. Might have, if he could have kept his dribble, he had an easy lane to the basket. They feed Mills. Double team comes. Nathan with a right hand. Count the bucket and send him to the line.
Strong move by Nathan right there. Found him inside in the open. He does what he does best. Rise up over the defenders and get that shot in for the Quakers.
I'm sure that one of the off-season workouts for Nathan Mills is going to be try to make easy shots. There's not an easy shot in Nathan Mills' repertoire, but he seems to make them more often than not. That was another example. He went through a double team, a couple of Pioneer defenders, got the bucket, and he will not convert the three-point play as it rolls off the rim.
It's his first missed free throw, I think, of the night.
Luke Kenny throws it into the front court. Casey Earls with the basketball. Now the double team comes from the Quakers, and they'll set back up in their half-court offense.
Brian,
defense.
I think also for Nathan, he's going to work on strength, getting bigger, of course. That body will grow over the summer.
Earls shot no good. Mills with a rebound, leaves it to Dawson. Dawson Messer with the basketball now backs it out, and the Quakers will set up the offense.
And I think as that body grows, he may be able to clear his way, free of some of those defenders to make his shots a little easier. Here's a travel on Plainfield and a turnover, their second of this half.
Kurkowski, not quite sure if he remembered which pivot foot he had put down. He ended up doing a little pirouette right there at the free throw line. It's called for steps. And another Quaker turnover gives the ball back to the Pioneers, where they lead 51-36 with 1:41 left to go in quarter number 3. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Kendrick Underhill back into the game for the Pioneers. And he has the basketball now, guarded by Dawson Messer. Here comes a double team by Bryson Ellis. They'll send it left side. Nice find underneath. Kenny with a little short-range right hook, and a nice little shot there by Luke Kenny. He has 6 points, and it's 53-36 Mooresville.
Yeah, that pressure on the perimeter backfired on the Quakers there. Mooresville, good passing, was able to break it and get a good layup.
Messer steps through. They give it left side. Bryson Ellis's three is on the way. That shot's no good. Ball tipped up. Messer comes away with it, and as he comes down, he's going to be undercut by Bailey Suter. If it's against Suter, that's foul number 3.
Dawson Messer, just a sophomore. He's a scrappy guy at 5'11". Messer got that rebound for Plainfield.
Connor Brenz is going to re-enter the lineup for Coach Weaver. He'll come in for Reese Crawford to give the Quakers a little more size underneath. Brenz with 2 personal fouls, but he has 12 points on the night.
Messer
8 points.
Able to get some points per minutes played. He's getting just 8.7 minutes a game, but scoring just over 3 points a game.
Kurkowski tried to lob it into Mills, threw it too high. Here come the Pioneers the other way in transition, and taking it all the way and just leaving it off the side of the rim was Chandler Gunnell, but getting the 3-point basket was Cameron Harris. He has 5 points, and it's a 20-point Pioneer advantage with 38 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play.
Yeah, that one hurts. That 3-point advantage really helping Mooresville tonight.
Here's Kurkowski, stutter step, drives, lays it off the glass and in.
Good work there by Max to find himself a shot in close.
Kurkowski shut out in the first half. He has 6 points here in the third quarter. 18 seconds remain in quarter number 3. Pioneers up 56-38, and a whistle and a foul. As it looks like it's going to go against Dawson Messer. That'll be his second. Team foul number 4.
Yeah, Messer, good hustle, trying to generate a steal. He is a scrappy player, works hard on defense. I like the look of Messer for the future of Plainfield basketball as a guard. Just trying to generate a steal there. Couldn't do it, and he's going to check out along with Nathan Mills here for the Quakers.
Gavin Ritter comes into the lineup, as well as Anthony Bolin for the first time tonight. Kendrick Underhill with the basketball, works against Ritter, drives, kicks it over to the corner. 3 ball is on its way by Gunnell. It's no good. Kenny gets the rebound, a little right hook shot, and Luke Kenny has 6 points in the quarter as time expires, and the Pioneers lead the Quakers by 20 at 58-38. Back with the fourth quarter after this. This is Red Pride Basketball on ASO.
We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com.
Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. We'll begin the fourth quarter with the Quakers trailing the Mooresville Pioneers by the score of 58-38. The Quakers are outscored 24-16 in that quarter, as they just simply had no answer for the Pioneers in that quarter. And what was a 12-point halftime deficit is now a 20-point third quarter deficit, and the Quakers have the basketball to begin the fourth. Nathan Mills drives left side, and Mills has the bucket. He now has 19 points, and it's 58-40.
There's another one of those patented Nathan Mills uneasy shot conversions there. He had a guy draped over him, leaning, turning, twisting. Nathan Mills scores.
On the court for the Quakers as they get it to Luke Kenny. Luke Kenny with that hook shot, and he has been deadly with that shot. He gets another bucket. He now is in double figures with 10 points, and I could tell you every single one of those buckets came from that right-hand hook shot.
He's gone to some kind of big man camp or camp as a young player here that's helped him develop that shot.
Nathan with a very ill-advised shot, didn't square up to the basket and just ended up not getting a lot on that shot. Shot's no good, and the ball will go back to the Pioneers. Pioneers start quarter number 4 with J.T. Sanborn, Casey Earls, Lane Weaver, Landon Harder and Luke Kenny. That's their starting five. The ball was tipped, so no over and back as Earls works on Mark Dahm. Dahm is joined by Bryson Ellis, Nathan Mills, Max Kurkowski, and Connor Brenz.
Both these teams in the same sectional. Wouldn't want to play this Mooresville squad again. They're tough. They're going to be a force to reckon with as we finish up regular season play here.
Looking at the three with Sanborn, didn't take it, and he'll back it out. He'll give it to Weaver. Weaver drives baseline, throws it out. Kenny this time shot from the left elbow. It's no good. Weaver with a rebound. He'll go up, block. I believe Mark Dahm might have gotten that, but the Pioneers get the loose ball. Earls three from the corner, though, is good. Casey Earls with a bucket. He has 13. It's his second three-point basket of the night, and the lead's 23 for the Pioneers. Nathan Mills with a basketball. He'll drive. Pull-up jumper just in front of the free throw line is up and good.
Timeout.
And now Coach Andy Weaver is going to call a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:02 left to go, fourth quarter. Quakers trail the Pioneers 63-42. This is Red Pride Basketball on Audio Sports Online.
We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker Basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield.
Coach Andy Weaver takes a timeout with 6:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Quakers trail the Mooresville Pioneers 63-42 alongside Christopher Worley. I'm Brian Scott. And Chris, we said it probably at the beginning of the game, the Quakers were really going to have to do a good job of taking care of the basketball. They haven't been able to do that tonight, and they haven't really been able to answer the Pioneers in transition either.
Yeah, and it's not often you see a team trailing by especially this amount and having so many more free throws shot than Mooresville did. I think Quakers have shot somewhere around 19, maybe 18 free throws just to Mooresville's 7, so quite a difference though. We do have a county final. Brownsburg's defense on display tonight as they did defeat Westfield at Westfield 58-43.
Of course, the Quakers will be seeing the Bulldogs once again. They saw them in the opening game of the Hendricks County Tournament back at the beginning of the month, and the Bulldogs will be visiting the Red Pride Gymnasium on February 17th. Landon Weaver gives it to Luke Kenny. Kenny gets another bucket, and Kenny, who was held to only 2 points in the first half due to foul trouble, he now has 12 points, 10 of them here in this second half. Kurkowski's wraparound is no good. Kenny gets the rebound, and a whistle will stop play, and a foul is going to be called against the Quakers. It'll be the 15th foul against Plainfield. And Connor Brenz will pick up foul number 3. The Pioneers, who put the Quakers in the double bonus early in that first half, they've only got 14 fouls here in the second half as they've managed to limit their foul problems.
Yeah, Mooresville, veteran team too. A lot of juniors and seniors. I think they had 4 out of the 5 starters were seniors, if not all of them, and they're well coached.
Weaver makes a nice move. He goes right toward the cup, and he's going to be fouled on his way there as the foul is going to go against Plainfield.
And with so many of them in seemingly foul trouble in that first half or close to it, I don't think any of them have fouled out yet.
Nobody has fouled out. Connor Brenz now has 4 personals. And after Luke Kenny got 3 fouls in that first half, he has not committed one since. So nobody with more than 3.
Yeah, that's discipline. That's coaching and discipline. They talked about it at halftime, made some adjustments to play good defense without fouling.
Here's a long-range 3. That drops in. Casey Earls hits one from long range and gets the nice hop. Brenz gets the nice low post feed, finds Dahm. Dahm goes baseline, and a nice give and go as Mark Dahm converts and gets his second bucket of the night.
Mark Dahm scored a couple good buckets tonight and played his usual good defense. Mark Dahm for Plainfield.
68-44, Pioneers with the basketball and the lead. 4:42 left to go in the game. As Earls drives, leaves it off left side. Weaver for 3. It's on its way. It's no good. Kurkowski rips down the rebound, and Dahm brings it into the front court for Plainfield. Right side, Connor Brenz. Nice ball fake. Drives baseline. Gets a man up in the air. won't get the bucket. They'll say this foul occurred on the floor, but a nice, strong move right down the baseline by Connor Brenz. And the foul will go against the Pioneers. That'll be their 5th.
Player we've seen a little bit here for Plainfield recently in games is Tyler West. He kind of graduated up from the JV team to the varsity team, and Tyler can shoot the three a little bit. He's hit a couple of them for Plainfield. Let's see if we see him in the second half.
Mills from Kurkowski on the inbound, and Nathan Mills gets the bucket. Lane Weaver just picked up his 4th foul.
Oh.
So now their star player with 4 personals. Here is Gunner from 3. It's no good. Dahm with a rebound as Chandler Gunnell couldn't hit the 3 ball. Weaver, the star player with 4 fouls. He stays on the court. Nichols drives baseline, gets cut off, sends it to Mills, over to Brenz. Brenz from the right elbow. Shot short, rebounded by Cameron Harris of the Pioneers. So go right side to Casey Earls. He will drive, and the whistle will stop play as the foul will go against Plainfield.
Yeah, here's a good case of statistics don't tell you everything, Brian. Plainfield certainly winning the rebound battle and the free throw battle by a long shot here tonight, but yet trailing 68-46. I think that's Mooresville's three-pointers and, of course, their turnovers and conversions. Turnovers and steals on defense and conversion at the other end on their fast breaks. Mooresville doing it the unconventional way here tonight, but smart play and good defense and good three-point shooting paying off for them.
Kyler Nichols was called for his first foul, but it was a 17 foul against the Quakers, so Casey Earls is at the line with a 1-and-1. He hits the first. He is now 4 of 4 from the free throw line and make it 5 for 5 as he has sunk all of his free throws. He now has 18 points in this contest, and he had only 4 points after the first half. 70-46, Pioneers out in front. Lob over to Nichols. Nichols picks it up, throws it up off the glass. Shot no good. Tip by Brenz is no good. Here come the Pioneers. Earls behind the back pass. He was trying to find Chandler Gunnell. Fancy pass, but out of Gunnell's hands, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Quakers as now wholesale substitutions are here for Coach Andy Weaver as all the starters are going to leave, and it's going to be up to the bench now here as it is Anthony Bolin, Keegan Motter, Reese Crawford, Bryson Ellis, and Tyler West all on the court for Coach Andy Weaver for 3 minutes and 21 seconds as Coach Weaver pulls out the starters trailing by 24. And now a steal, but a whistle and a foul will stop play as Bailey Suter was starting to head the other way, but they'll say went all out of bounds off of the Pioneers.
Brian, you noted, there's a turnover.
And here's a steal. Trevor Baxter, he will leave it for Brian Strong with the basket as we're now well deep into the benches.
Steal.
And another steal. And this time missing it. Strong couldn't get it, but there's a third. There is a third Pioneer to finish it off, and now we're going to have another timeout called by Coach Weaver with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and the Quakers trail 74-46. Back in a moment. This is Red Pride Basketball on ASO.
Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield. Thanks for tuning in to
Quakers trail 74-46 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Pioneers, they led by 12 at the half, 20 at the end of 3, and right now they lead by 22 as a whole host of substitutions all around right now on the court for both squads.
Brian, you talked about how good Mooresville is at taking care of the ball coming in this game. They average just 10.5 turnovers per game, and I have them under that at 8. Of course, Plainfield right around the 14 or 15 mark for turnovers, and that's been a huge difference in this game.
Tyler West leaves it for Keegan Motter as both teams now with all their starters out of the game. They tried to feed down low as Anthony Bolin shot. That basket will not count. Foul occurred on the floor, or actually it was a Quaker. Bolin was actually stepped on the end line. So the turnover gives the ball back to the Pioneers. Another Quaker turnover, and it's been a story of, again, good ball movement, good ball handling by the Pioneers. They get it down low. That shot's up and good by Brian Strong. And he's going to go to the line for a chance at a three-point play, as the foul is going to be called against Plainfield. Reese Crawford will be hit with his third personal foul. It's the 8th team foul against the Quakers, and Strong's at the line to see if he can convert the three-point play, and he gets a kind roll. He has 5 points off the bench here in the fourth quarter, 77-46 for the Pioneers. Tyler West in. He has the basket. He gets rudely met at the elbow. Driving, Bryson Ellis can't get the bucket, but he's going to enter a trip to the line.
Tough night maybe here for both squads of Plainfield in this boys-girls doubleheader. Both may lose to Mooresville here, but an important cause helped out here tonight. Of course, the battle against cancer. There was an auction out front in the hallway leading into the gym. Collection points have been set up, and I'm sure generated some funds here. They had an indoor tailgate party that started at 5:30 here tonight, so some good funds raised for the good cause of the battle against cancer here tonight.
Well, they originally were going to send Bryson Ellis thinking that the Quakers were in the bonus, but that was only the 16th foul against the Pioneers. Next one put the Quakers at the line. They leave it up. Ritter shot partially blocked, gets the shot back, gets the ball back, and Anthony Bolin, my apologies, gets the bucket.
Bolin wanted to score right there. He was not going to be denied.
Pioneers with the basketball up 77-48, and shot through the lane is no good by Cameron Harris, but he gets the steal, and this one he will not miss. And Harris now is 9 points, and it's a 21-point Pioneer lead. 1:33 left to go in this game. Quakers get the long-range three that is off the back iron, no good. Ripping down the rebound is Kendrick Underhill. He will leave it right side, and driving up is Strong. His shot's no good. Grabbing the rebound is Anthony Bolin. Bolin leaves it off for Keegan Motter as we approach 1:10. Keegan through the lane, but leaves it off the rim. Coming down the other way is Trevor Baxter. He's going to take on two Quakers himself. Won't get the bucket. And as getting the rebound was Brian Strong, and he's going to be fouled from behind.
Right now, Brian, we could play this game the way it's looking out on the one of the back courts outside here. Both teams loosey-goosey up and down the floor. Kids trying to score here in a reserve role.
Foul's going to go against Bryson Ellis. That's his fourth, and Brian Strong's at the line. Strong, who really hasn't seen any playing time this game until this quarter. He misses the free throw. He now had 5 points. Tyler West has it. It is Tyler West, Anthony Bolin. Jacob Lautenschlager also into the game for the first time, is poked away but retrieved by Tyler West. Lautenschlager's in, and also in for the Quakers is Duggan Thompson, who we haven't seen on one of our broadcasts at all this season.
Now, Lautenschlager has a little bit of an oddity here. He is 1 out of 1 from the field this year, 100%. So we want to get him a shot, see if he can keep that going.
Meanwhile, Thompson went to the line. He missed his first free throw, but he'll have one more. Second free throw is good, and Duggan's into the scoring column. 38 seconds remain, 79-49. As it has been all Pioneers here in the second half. Here is a steal. Coming away with a basketball is Lautenschlager. He will leave it as a long-range three as well, short, but underneath and getting the bucket is Duggan Thompson.
Thompson scores underneath.
Duggan Thompson adds 3 points. 79-51, but that's all it is now with the final score is under 10 seconds remain. The Pioneers will just simply try to play a little keep away and run this clock out. And
Mooresville, a good showing here tonight, Brian. They're a tough team to face here, and they're going to be a good challenge here for any conference team here as we come down the stretch.
Pioneers come away with a 79-51 victory. When we come back, we'll have final stats and final thoughts on this game. This is Red Pride Basketball on ASO.
Whether you're looking to buy a new home or need to refinance an existing mortgage, J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans can help you with all your mortgage financing needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. Contact J.P. today at 550-2116. That's J.P. Brenz and Caliper Home Loans. We all have a guy, but who's your guy? Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield next to Popeye's Chicken is a proud supporter of Plainfield basketball. Jeremiah specializes in life insurance and retirement maximization. Call 839-3322 or go to who'syourguy.net to contact Jeremiah today. That's Jeremiah P. Whip State Farm Agency in Plainfield. Prestwick Pet Sitters and owner Dawn Crawford is a proud sponsor of the Plainfield Quakers basketball team. Prestwick Pet Sitters has been in business for over 20 years, servicing Plainfield, Avon, and Danville, specializing in home pet care for all types of pets, from Angora rabbits to zebrafish and all the cats and dogs in between. Visit PrestwickPetSitters.com or call 745-9900 to learn more or schedule an appointment before your next trip. That's PrestwickPetSitters.com. We'd like to thank Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield for being a proud sponsor of Plainfield Quaker basketball. Raymond's Alignment Service is Plainfield's complete auto and truck repair center since 1995. You can visit them at 3828 Clarks Creek Road in Plainfield or give them a call at 317-838-7112. That's Raymond's Alignment Service in Plainfield. Does Wings Etc. have great wings? Sure, but wait, there's more. So much more than award-winning jumbo wings. Stop past our new location in Plainfield at 1818 East Main Street, just west of Kroger, and you'll get a great big taste of what the Etc. and Wings Etc. is all about. You can call 406-3250 to place your to-go order today. That's Wings Etc. at 1818 East Main Street in Plainfield.
Welcome back to the Red Pride Gymnasium. Alongside Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Plainfield falls to the Mooresville Pioneers, ranked 19th in Class 4A by the score of 79-51. This game kind of got away from Plainfield early, thanks in no small part to the Pioneers' defensive pressure. Pioneers took very good care of the basketball. Quakers, not so much, a lot with that defensive pressure. And then the Pioneers simply were a beast in transition all night long, getting up and down the court in a very, very quick fashion. And the Quakers simply weren't able to get back and prevent some of those easy baskets. Let's quickly give you our final stats for tonight's game. First of all, for the victorious Mooresville Pioneers, they got 18 points from Casey Earls, and Earls hit 14 of those points there in the second half. 12 points from Luke Kenny, and like Earls, he scored 10 of his points in the second half. 10 points from Bailey Suter off the bench. 10 points from Lane Weaver. That's well under his season average. 9 points from Landon Harder. 9 points from Cameron Harris. They got 6 points from Chandler Gunnell. 5 points from Brian Strong there off of the bench. And then it was Kendrick Underhill, J.T. Sanborn, and Trevor Baxter. They all played. They did not score. The Pioneers didn't shoot a lot of free throws tonight. 8 of 11, though, from the line. They did hit 7 3-point baskets on the night. For the Plainfield Quakers, leading all scorers with 23 points was Nathan Mills. They got 8 points from Connor Brenn, 6 points from Max Kurkowski, and all 6 of those came in the third quarter. 4 points each from Reese Crawford and Mark Daum. 3 points from Dugan Thompson there late in that fourth quarter. 2 points from Anthony Bolin. 1 point from Kyler Nichols. And then Keegan Motter, Dawson Messer, Gavin Ritter, Tyler West, Jacob Lautenschlager, and Bryson Ellis all played. They did not score. The Quakers were 13 of 20 from the free throw line, but they did not hit a single 3-point basket all night long. The Quakers trailed 15-6 after the first quarter. They trailed 34-22 at the half, 58-38 at the end of 3 quarters, and they lose 79-51 as your final. The Pioneers improved their record to 10-2 on the year, 1-1 or 2-1, in Mid-State Conference action, while the Quakers snapped their 2-game winning streak. They fall to 4-9 and 0-3 in conference play. And Chris, we've said it all season long. The Quakers, when they turn the ball over, just not a whole lot of good things happen for them.
Yeah, certainly, and that's been a problem all year. Just the guard play, the guys are working on it, but just turn the ball over way too many times. Now, Mooresville, very tough defensively. They're going to put that pressure on you. They're going to turn the ball over against any team they play. So a good business-like performance here by Mooresville. I got an unusual 3 stars here for you. This game, Brian, of course, first star we'll give to Mr. Casey Earls of the Pioneers with that big second half. But really, you look at their balanced scoring, 18, 12 by Kinley, 10 Suter, 10 by Weaver, and he didn't have to hardly do much at all in the second half. They don't depend on 1 or 2 guys for scoring. They balance that scoring out. Second star, Nathan Mills of Plainfield with 23 points. Third star, Mooresville coaching staff. They had this team well prepared. Good scheme on offense and defense. So we'll give a coaching staff our third star of the game tonight.
And as Chris mentions, when you take a look at what this team did in the first half, where they were in some serious foul trouble, they put the Quakers in the double bonus early in that second quarter. They had 4 players in some foul trouble, and in the end, Lane Weaver became the closest one to actually fouling out. Luke Kenny had 3 fouls midway through the second quarter. He never picked up another foul, and instead he chipped in with 10 points, was a beast down in the low post, something that the Quakers really did not have an answer for. And the Pioneers, as Chris said late in that game, very disciplined in that second half, and they were able to keep themselves out of foul trouble, keep the Quakers off the free throw line for a majority there. And when you take a look and see that the Quakers shot 20 free throws on the night, but they only shot 7 in the second half and converted on 5 of those. For the Quakers, it's simply going to have to be they needed to get some work down in the low post. They simply didn't get that tonight. And while Nathan Mills scored 23 points, I'm sure at some point Nathan's probably going to have to learn how to take an easier shot. Just about every shot off of Nathan's hands is usually a very, very tough look, sometimes a very rushed look or a twisting shot. He was looking for some of those tonight. He's getting him to fall, but as Nathan matures, he'll start taking some better shots, and a player that is already having a pretty good scoring season as a sophomore can only get better. For Max Kurkowski, it was a bit of a disappointing night. Didn't get a whole lot of looks, didn't get a whole lot of touches. A lot of that can be attributed to the Mooresville defense in that first half, which was at times suffocating. But the Quakers also had some defensive lapses, especially in transition. That led to easy Pioneer baskets, and in the end, it attributes to this loss of 79-51. The Quakers now go on the road for the first time in a while. They spent a good portion of January, at the end of December into January, here at the Red Pride Gymnasium, save for the Hendricks County Tournament at Avon. They will be at Decatur Central next Friday, and then at Terre Haute South next Saturday, as they spend a couple of games away from the Red Pride Gymnasium. Our next broadcast here on Audio Sports Online will be Friday, February 6th, in another Mid-State Conference matchup when the Greenwood Woodmen come to the Red Pride Gymnasium. That game is set to begin at 7:30. Chris and I have the pregame show at around 7:20 here on AudioSportsOnline.com. As I mentioned, the Quakers, they fall to the Pioneers by the score of 79-51. For my broadcast partner, Christopher Worley, I'm Brian Scott. Thanks for joining us tonight on Audio Sports Online for Plainfield Basketball. We'll see you next time when the Quakers take on the Woodmen on February 6th. Until then, so long, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Plainfield Quakers basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Wings Etc., Prestwick Pet Sitters, State Farm Agent Jeremiah P. Whip, Raymond's Alignment Service, and J.D. Brenz and Caliber Home Loans. Don't forget, you can catch a free on-demand replay of tonight's game by visiting www.audiosportsonline.com. Red Pride Basketball is an AudioSportsOnline.com production.